right, let's react to this.
I froze my eggs at 36. I did it at an extremely reputable place, had a good result, and the fertility doctor was like, you're good. And so I just kind of thought I had time. Around 41, we decided to fertilize the eggs, and none of them worked. I think this is an important conversation in itself, how much clinics are overselling the egg freezing success, and now we're starting to see results. This is not to suggest people shouldn't do it. It's just to make sure that you're doing your own research. Then I went to get my fertility measures checked, which I think everyone should do. My fertility was dismal. And the doctors said, we'll try a round. You should look at donor egg or adoption. And so we did a round, didn't get much. And then he said, let's start to go in a different direction. And I was like thinking to myself, if I had only tried once at everything that was important to me, right? I would have done nothing, right? And this was maybe the most important thing. I froze.
Sad. Absolutely sad. I did a video of a woman talking about freezing her eggs. She was in her 30s. This is the disgusting delusion of feminism right here. That you can have it all. Right here, that you can have it all. That you can fool Mother Nature and Father Time. You can have it all. You can have an amazing career and then get your amazing husband and then have the kids that you want. The absolute delusion. And this is the thing. Is it impossible? No, of course it's not impossible. But is it likely? It isn't. It isn't likely. Like I said, I've said this countless times before. Is it impossible for a woman to have kids in her 40s? No. She can have kids even in her 50s, 60s, whatever. But it is not a good thing. It is not a good thing to have kids in your 40s, in your late 30s, in your 50s, and so on. Because there are complications. But women constantly want to fight against nature. Women are the ones to constantly fight against nature. Here's a woman. Most likely, she froze her eggs because she wanted to focus on her career. She didn't want to focus on finding a good man in her 20s, maybe in her 30s. She didn't want to focus on that. So, what did she do? Went to science, paid what, which is not a cheap amount of money, to freeze your eggs. And now in her 40s, she wants to have a kid. This is, we'll talk about it more as we dissect this video.
My eggs at 36. I did it at an...
And freezing your eggs at 36. 36. That's the insanity of it. You thought about, this is a woman that, this is the insanity of women. I did this with a lot of Kendra G videos, where I said that women do not do math. They do not know how to do a timetable. They do not know how to do a schedule, really. 36 is when you freeze your eggs. When practically, once you hit mid-30s to late 30s, your eggs are dropping off a cliff already. The quality of your eggs. You didn't freeze your eggs in your prime, like 20, 25. No, you freeze your eggs in your mid-30s. The absolute, utter insanity. And most likely, why? Because that shit is expensive. Freezing your eggs is expensive. So, she focused on her career so long. Now she was like, oh, I gotta freeze my eggs now or else I might not have kids. But that's the insanity of it. Absolute insanity of it. If you didn't care before, why care at all?
Extremely reputable place, had a good result, and the fertility doctor was like, you're good. And so I just kind of...
That's disgusting. That's disgusting because you know what? That's the problem. We have so many people in society that inflates women's egos or supports women's delusions. If he was an actual doctor, a good doctor, he would say, this is not good. You should not freeze your eggs at 36. You should be trying to have a child right now. Right now. You should have already found a good man before this point. And right now, you should be trying to have your kids. Right now. Don't freeze your eggs now and then wait later. No. At 36, if he was a good doctor, he would say, you are close to, the geriatric, you're close to, damn it, I forgot those words. I'm not good with words. I'm not, the geriatric risk, all right? You are pretty much there at things being dangerous or not healthy or not valuable, right? So this is the time where you should already be having kids, trying to have kids. Okay? Freeze your eggs now is not a good thing. No, you're not good. Because if you freeze your eggs now, the success rate is like, this is the thing. Success rate with freezing eggs is like what? Under 10%? Under 20%? That's not good.
Thought I had time. Around 41, we decided to...
She thought she had time. 41! 41 is when she decided, okay, now I should have kids. 41. This is the insanity of it. And you know what? This is partly why, so many countries' birth rates are going down because of women's delusions. I'm all for women working, focus on their career. You go, girl. Be a boss bee, right? Go ahead. But I'm not for the delusions that we are doing by saying women, you can have it all. That I am not for. I am so against telling women you can have it all. You can have your career, your marriage to a good man, and you can have kids. That is a bunch of BS. Bunch of BS. Yo, you're reading a comic book? Awesome. Awesome. That's the thing where I think it's disgusting. Because then we are deluding women, or we are supporting the delusion that women have. Because that is insanity. You can't have it all. Now, like I said, it's not impossible, but the likelihood is not high. That's the problem.
Fertilized the eggs, and none of them worked. I think this is an important conversation in itself, how much clinics are overselling the egg freezing success, and now we're starting to see results. This is not just...
That's the thing, right? Women are money. Women are the primary, the buyers of society, right? Women are the ones who buy a whole lot of crap. So that's the thing where we don't understand. Women are very profitable. You lie to women, you get that money, right? Lying to women is money in the bank. So lying to women because these doctors are selling women a dream that you can have it all, that you can go have your career, focus on your career, and then you can freeze your eggs, spend thousands of dollars to freeze your eggs, and later on, you can have it. You can have your child later on. You don't have to have it now. You can have your child later on, so you can freeze your eggs. But this is the point. This is the point where it's accountability. Because if you did your studies, you would know that freezing your eggs have a low % chance of success. Don't matter what doctor said, what crap any doctor says, it has a low % of success. So this is the problem. What is it? I saw that, I don't know if you guys seen it, but there was an athlete, an Olympic athlete. She was in her 40s. She was a virgin. I think she's still virgin. She was a virgin in her 40s. A virgin in her 40s. Where she focused on her Olympic career. Never focused on a man. She focused on her Olympic career. And now she's trying to find a man and trying to get pregnant. And she's having a hard time. Because what man wants to deal with a woman that wants to have children. She's a virgin in her 40s. And she already has high expectations and standards already. Because she's a gold medalist. So really, it's like, she's impossible to date. She's impossible to be with. And this is the thing with women. Imagine this woman. She's probably terrible to be with.
Suggest people shouldn't do it. It's just to make sure that you're doing your own research. Then I went to get my fertility measures checked, which I think everyone should do. My fertility was dismal. And the doctors said, we'll try a round. You should look at donor egg or adoption. And so we did a round, didn't get much. And then he said, let's start to go in a different direction. And I was like thinking to myself, if I had only tried once at everything that was important to me, right? I would have done nothing, right? And this was maybe the most important thing.
And that part right there is disgusting. It was the most important thing. Having a child was the most important thing to her. Yet she left it to the last minute. She left it to the end of her life list. Career, living your life, then finding a man, and then having a career or having a child. You left it at the end. You left these things that's supposedly the most important thing to you at the end. That is the thing that I'm talking about, is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely idiotic. For most women, having children, having a family is one of the most fulfilling things ever. I'm not saying all women, but most women, it is the most fulfilling thing ever. To have a child, give birth to a child, create a family. That is the most fulfilling thing ever for most women. Women having success in their career, that is not the most fulfilling things for women. Because why? Because most women would give up their career to stay at home with their child. Most women would do that. So really, does that really tell you that their career is all that important? Not really. And that is the issue with a lot of modern day women, where they don't care about the men and they don't care about creating a family until it's too late. And this is why this is the type of woman, who knows what type of man she is with. But if this is a man that is, let's say, high value man, a man that wants children, you think that he sees value in this being with this woman anymore? No. And this is the thing where women don't understand why certain men see little value in older women. Now, not saying that she's ugly, no. But that's the thing. A big component of value in women is being able to give kids to a man, because that, for most men, it's their legacy. It is what men, because, and this is my own personal thing, I do not necessarily support marriage, right? When it comes to men, I don't tell men to just get married, because it's a pipe. It's no more all that great for men. But I will always support, if you are having kids with a woman, you should, if she wants marriage, you should give her marriage, because she's giving you one of the most, probably the most precious things she can give a man. So you should give her one of the highest level of security you can give a woman, trying to be as equal in exchange as possible. So that's the case I kind of support men marrying for. So, but why there's very little value in marrying older women, you don't get that. You only get the cons, because an older woman, you ain't gonna get kids from her. But what can you get is a possible chance of divorce. So you didn't get kids from her, yet she can divorce you and still take half from you. What did you get out of that? What did you really get out of that? So that's the case where I said that. But again, this is the thing where women never understand why a lot of times. Now, some men, if you don't want kids, great, older women are perfect for you. But if you do, well, why men skew young is those are one of the reasons, wanting children. So this is part of the insanity of it. I mean, child support, but if you want kids, it's part of the price. But it is the you would like to support your children. But that's one thing, Jay. Anyway, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the delusion of freezing your eggs? This is a terrible thing. Absolutely has added to women's delusions.